Hi everyone. So I decided it was necessary to make a little video in response to Ginger's amendment of canceling the event if we do not have 25 people signed up by May 31st. And I noticed that a couple of the responses were quite fearful and didn't want to accept it. There's a lot of practical reasons why this should happen, but I don't want to talk about those. Quite honestly, I don't think they're that important. What I do want to talk about is social artistry. And to remind you of the stepping into the future exercise that we did. In stepping into the future exercise, we had to release all things that we thought were impossible. Everything that we thought was way, way, way far into the future. Do you remember some of those things that your mind picked up on? Do you remember seeing how the world was? Right? Those are things that we think are maybe impossible today, but possible in the future. But we can only create those things if we expand the container of possibility in our own minds. So when I was in training in Colquitt, I decided to add a little pre-exercise to stepping into the future because of the poet Oliver Wendell Holmes and his belief that thinking of 10 possible things before breakfast could expand a person's brain use. Now, you might have heard of this in Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland, right? Her father, before she goes to bed, says, imagine 10 impossible things before breakfast. Or maybe it was 6 impossible things before breakfast. But the poet said 10. So we're going with that. 10 impossible things before breakfast. Now, the point of this exercise is to break down these barriers that we have, right? Because we can only manifest what we truly believe is possible. So right now, 25 people by May 31st seems impossible because of where we're at. We've been working really hard and we've had a lot of roadblocks and we've been figuring things out, restructuring, and it's been exhausting. But it's time for us to put social artistry into action. While we're putting on a social artistry event, we can stand up there and talk about stepping into the future and breaking down possibility and just letting minds expand. Unless we're doing it ourselves, we need to apply these principles as we are creating this event. So I invite you to go to bed tonight, or if you're watching this the next day, go throughout your day thinking of anything that you believe is impossible. And think of things before your next meal, maybe it's not breakfast, that are impossible, right? And consider this for the Odyssey. Consider expanding the container of possibility to include 25, maybe even 50 people. Why not 50 people by May 31st at the early bird registration price? So we can do it. But we have to allow that energy to come through in order to make it happen. Okay, guys, I believe in you. I believe in our imaginations. I believe in our creativity and our creative power as it comes through us as social artists. Let's kick this thing into gear. Let's really prove that we're social artists and we believe in this work. Have a great night, guys, or a terrific day.